So I had to make this video just because I realized this the other night and I just really couldn't stand the thought of it, but I needed to share it because it's important and I think it's actually costing you money if you're not doing this. You've seen the thumbnail, you've seen the title. I spent $3,000 on YouTube ads a couple of months ago, and I'll try to find the analytics to kind of show you guys. But a couple of months ago, I spent about $3,000 on YouTube ads to generate leads for my SMMA business. And then this month, this past 28 days or 29 days or so, I've been posting short form reel content and I've generated the same amount of views with $30 in Opus Clips as I did $3,000 in YouTube ads. And in this video, I wanna show you guys and explain to you guys how I did that. So welcome back to the channel. My name is Mason DuPree. If you've never watched these videos before, I just try to share some of my marketing advice and experience as I am building my own agency. At the same time, I'm also working for another one full time. And so I get a lot of exposure to a lot of different practices, tests, ideas, and strategies. And so I just came across this one really with just the intent of building a personal brand, and was blown away by the level of impressions and reach that I was able to achieve essentially for free. And I wanted to share that with people because I know that a couple of you guys may not have budgets for ads. I didn't even have the budget for ads at $3,000 a month. And so I wanted to share this with you guys because I think this could really scale any sort of small business or anything like that that has a low ad budget at the moment. So what you need to do in order to reproduce these results, and my goal is to kind of give you guys some sort of actionable steps here, is to build a content system that allows you to basically use the least amount of your time possible to create the best content possible with that first part in mind, right? And then chop it up and clip it and then post it consistently. So let me explain what I mean by all of that. So for me, when I started this YouTube channel, the whole goal was to reduce the resistance that it took to make a video. And I think that part is critical. So if you're gonna commit to making content, it's gonna be embarrassing, whatever, you're gonna have to get through that part. That's the mental part, right? But at the same time, when it comes to actually making videos, you have to lower the resistance that is in the way of you making new ones. So if you've got some complicated background setup or whatever, if you've got some mic that's hard to throw on or work on, if you've got some video recording software that's a pain, like dumb it down to the lowest level and make it super easy to sit down and record a video. And that's exactly what I did from the start. So I would make videos and I didn't have a script, I had a topic in mind, I didn't really have a title or a thumbnail really aligned at that time. But I would just sit down and I would talk about something that I thought was important. And these are oftentimes really valuable ideas that I think still are a little underappreciated. I have a video on $40,000 in email campaigns generated, how I did that, right? But it wasn't until I took some of that content and threw it into Opus Clips. Now, if you've never heard of Opus Clips, is a software that can download or pull the latest YouTube video from your YouTube channel, or you can manually upload it, and then it can generate almost a dozen or so clips from these videos. And I found it when I was looking for a way to implement a system that would allow me to upload my long form YouTube videos, these 10 to 15 minute videos, into something to then clip it. Because I wanted to do so much of a thing that would make me successful, it was unreasonable I wouldn't be successful. If that wasn't such a tongue twister, I'd have it tattooed on my body. It's something I learned from Alex Hormozi. But yeah, I knew that if I was gonna do this personal brand thing, if I was gonna do this content thing, I need as many views and impressions as possible. And I know that short form content performs really well for that sort of purpose. And so I was like, let's figure out how to do that. I happened to find Opus Clips, and thank God I did, because I was gonna go a whole other route and build something far more complex. But Opus Clips does it, like, it's so worth the $30, you're almost losing money if you're not paying for Opus Clips. And I know that sounds like a sales thing, and I do have an affiliate link, but I'm not gonna post it down below because I just mean it. I don't want that value to be taken away. Like, Opus Clips is a super valuable, highly leverageable tool. And it's been able to enable me to get these 25K views. I would not have 25K views. I wouldn't have anywhere near that. I probably have generated, 500 views over the last month on long form content. The rest of that has been short form content. And sitting down, making a video, right? Posting it to YouTube, then take Opus Clips. It will cut it down into shorts. You spend a little bit of time editing each short to make yourself feel good about whatever that clip's about. And then you can schedule it. So that's the other big value add that Opus Clips has, is that you can schedule content. And so every day at something like that in the afternoon, at a random time around that time, it posts to 5 of my different platforms. So it posts to Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube Shorts, TikTok, and Twitter. It posts to all of those, right? And the views I have garnered just doing that on a consistent basis over the last 28 days have met the views I've generated spending $3,000 on YouTube ad campaigns. And if you can't just fathom how valuable that is, then I don't know how to help you. It is costing you money to not sit down and spend a little bit of time making a YouTube video on something you're passionate about, clipping it into short form content, and then posting it consistently. And that is gonna help any small business who has a very low ad budget reach a large volume of people and get better impressions, or more impressions, right? And get in front of more people, right? Because again, going back to that quote, that Alex Ramosi has, doing so much of the thing that would make you successful that it's unreasonable you wouldn't be successful, right? So if you have more conversations, if you get in front of more customer eyeballs, right? If your content is getting to the right people and doing that at a very large scale, 25,000 views or more, like you're going to actually be successful because you've got so many views. Like your exposure is just so high that it's unreasonable you wouldn't at some point have or more customers or whatever it is that you're looking for in your business. I cannot stress this enough. The reason I want to make this video is just to show that to anyone who does not have the budget for consistent ad spend. Making content is the best thing you can do. And I know that people like scream that from the mountaintops, but it's like you don't even have to put in that much effort into the content. Put effort into the content in terms of like value add, but you don't have to have an insane editing process, or you don't have to have an editor or a fantastic script or the idea fully fleshed out. Like just go out, share it, clip it, post it. And you're gonna get far more impressions, you're gonna get more customers, and at the end of the day, your business is gonna be more successful, and maybe you can work up to having ad budget, right? I don't know, that's just my rant for today. I just found it too valuable not to share, and I wanted to have other people experience that success. And like I said, there's a lot of people who are posting on social media who are having a hard time reaching their content, like people, and it's because they're not producing enough content. And it's not that they aren't producing good content, it's just that they could get more out of the content they're producing. And Opus Clips, I think, really helped me with that. And I think that's why I really wanted to share just the leverage I was able to achieve with that and just doing that over and over again. And it really didn't take me, like, the process and time of editing and things like that. Like, I'm about a week and a half out on the shorts. Like, I sit down once every week and a half or every 2 weeks and edit a couple of clips, and I'm good for another 2 weeks. Like, I don't think about it. And they go out and the impressions come in, and I've got my channel all set up so that the funnel, the traffic goes where I want it to go and things like that. But yeah, just sitting back, finding a very leverageable system to help you produce long form content that then you can cut into shorts and then post on social media will garner you the thousands of impressions you need to reach the customers you need to build a successful business. So that's all I have to say for today. I really appreciate your time. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it this far, again, leave a comment. I always reply to the comments. So leave a comment if you've got any questions about anything in particular about marketing or whatever, business. Chances are I've either messed it up and I can tell you a route in which it shouldn't go and then help you find the route that would work for you. And also subscribe. It helps the channel a ton. Maybe I should put that in the front of the video, but I really appreciate you guys if you made it this far, and I will see you in the next one. All right, bye.